a second. I'll be right with you. There you are. Welcome in. Welcome to the Gilded Cane. Finest cane atelier in the country. Do come out to the wind. Sorry about the wait. I was just finishing off an order in the workshop. Well, bless you. You look absolutely frozen into an icicle from that blizzard. The cold wind has chilled you to your bones, hasn't it? Well, that simply won't do. Come here. Sit next to the fire. We'll get you all warmed up and toasty again in no time. I hope you'll forgive me for the shop being a touch dim. I find the lower light better for judging grain and polish. The warmth of the gentle firelight never lies. But I'll light a lamp for the corner as well. There. How's that? Much better. Good. And may I take your coat? It's no trouble at all. I was recommended to you, I imagine. I don't often get passers-by. This isn't a shop one stumbles into by accident. Which means someone thought well enough of you to send you here, and that already tells me a little about what you're after. A cane isn't merely an accessory in this shop, sir. It's everything. Some men come in wanting a piece of furniture to lean on. Those men, I'm afraid, I send elsewhere. But I don't think you're one of those men. Oh, I can just tell. Call it intuition, or just good instincts developed from years of experience. Either way, I know a man of taste when I see one. May I look at you properly for a moment? Good posture. But you carry your shoulders like a man who's used to being leaned on. You're carrying a weight on those shoulders and I can see it. Your coat is well cut, but not showy. You like quality more than you like being seen to like quality. That's rarer than you'd think. I'm going to take a few notes as we go, if you don't mind. Height, grip, just the little details. But do not worry, nothing leaves this shop but the cane itself. So, tell me, are you after something for daily use? Or for an occasion, perhaps? A cane for the office or for the evening walk is a very different creature from a cane for weddings or the theatre. That's helpful. And tell me, do you favour your left hand or your right? Right. Good. That decides quite a lot, actually. It affects the weight, the curve, even which side will place certain details so that they catch the eye rather than hide against your coat. Come, let's begin at the start. First thing to choose is the wood. Everything else is built to serve the wood, not the other way around. So, we choose that now before anything else, which can feel a little scary at this stage, but that's a part of the fun. Here, let me lay out a few for you. This first one is Malacca. It's the classic choice, but there's a reason for that. Light in the hand, warm in tone, such a beautiful golden colour, with this lovely natural mottling on the surface. No two pieces ever quite look alike. It suits a man who wants elegance without ostentation. Go on. Pick it up. Feel it in your hands. Feel that. Almost no weight to it at all. You could carry that all day long and forget it was there. Yet, It's strong enough to hold your weight easily. It photographs beautifully too, if that matters to you. Catches the light very well. As I'm showing you these and you pick each one up, I'd like you to really take a moment with each one. Pay attention to how each of them feel in your hands. I believe that the right cane will make itself known. You just have to let it speak to you. Now this one is ebony. Darker, denser, much more serious. Ebony takes all of the attention in a room and simply refuses to be ignored. It's a cold wood to the touch at first. Feel that chill. But it warms quickly to your hands and holds heat rather well after that. I find ebony suits men who don't want to raise their voices to be heard, if you know what I mean. It's loud enough to garner attention all by itself. And this is rosewood. Right here. This is the romantic of the three. Reddish undertone, a grain with an optical illusion. It appears almost to be rippling if you tilt it in the right light. There. Do you see it move? Rosewood tends to appeal to men with a creative streak. Musicians, artists, architects, men who notice things that others might walk past. What kind of man are you? I guess you'll tell me when you choose your wood. And then, for a very particular sort of gentleman, I keep this. It's snake wood, imported from hardwood forests around the coast of Guyana. Rare, very difficult to work, and very dear for both reasons. But look at that pattern. It's unlike anything else. It's not painted or stained, mind you, that's the wood itself. No two staves match. I only get perhaps 3 or 4 pieces a year that I consider worth using. And I don't offer this to everyone. I'm offering it to you because I suspect that you're the kind of man who will appreciate what you're looking at, rather than simply what it costs. Go ahead. Hold it beside the malacca. Feel the difference in weight, the way the wood reacts in your grip. Which of these is speaking to you so far? There's no wrong answer. I only need somewhere to begin. Excellent choice. Let's set that one aside then. And move on to the part most gentlemen enjoy best, the handle. This is where canes stop being just a wooden stick and transform into your own personal works of art that you carry around with you. A cane can be like a little sidekick in the way, always there to build your confidence and to lean on. Now, the handle does more work than people realize. It's the part your hand touches up to 1,000 times a day, and the part everybody else's eye lands on first. Choose carelessly here, and the finest wood in the world will not save you. We'll start simple. This is a crook handle, the classic curved top. Looks a bit like a hook. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's similar to an umbrella handle, but finer, more comfortable, unpretentious, easy on an aging wrist if that's ever a concern down the road. And it's the handle of a man with classical taste, who doesn't have to prove anything. Next, the knob handle. Rounded, sits neatly under the palm. This one in particular is carved horn, you'll notice the way it catches the light differently than the wood does. Feel that texture. It's not polished glass smooth like some of the cheaper imitations. That slight grain is how you know it's real horn, and not resin pretending to be horn. I don't deal in fakes. Now, a knob handle style is also great for if you're thinking of having your cane topped with any jewels at all. They'd sit neatly embedded into the knob, so as to ensure it's still very comfortable to hold. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Silver-capped handles. They can be made into absolutely all shapes and sizes. Of course, I have a large collection here in the shop to choose from. But if you have a really specific design in mind, I can send for customs to be made. But that depends on if you'd like to walk out of the shop today with a brand new one, or if you'd be willing to wait a few weeks. Over in this glass display here, this is my silver-capped handle collection. All 925 silver, of course. Look here, this one's a fox head, quite traditional. It's a favourite of mine amongst the hunting set. But I can do something subtler if a fox head feels a tad too on the nose for you. Here, look. A simple silver band, engraved with initials. Sits just as well and says just as much to the sort of person who knows how to look. Oh, speaking of which, would you want any initials engraved? Or a small crest if your family carries one? I do the engraving myself in the back. It's slow work, but I'd rather take my time. Better to be slow and correct than quick and wrong here. Are there any particular handles that catch your eye, sir? The greyhound. Yes, that does make sense for you. Any others? The one with the timepiece built into it. Oh, yes, that one catches everybody's eye. It's quite the piece. I'm not surprised. And since we're being thorough, I probably ought to mention the novelty handles. Not to everybody's taste, and I certainly think you're above it, sir, but some gentlemen do like a little bit of mischief in their accessories. A handle that conceals a small flask, or a compartment for a cigarette case. I even once fitted a gentleman's cane with a hidden compass for a man who travelled rather more than he liked to admit to his wife. I won't judge you either way. A cane should serve its owner, not the other way around. Here, hold the crook against the malacca for me. And now the silver knob against the ebony. Yes, I thought as much. You lean towards quiet confidence over decoration. That's a very specific kind of dashing, you know. You don't announce yourself, but you're noticed all the more for it. Okay, one more decision, and a practical one. The ferrule, the tip of the cane. Rubber for subtlety and quiet, brass for boldness. It all depends on how much you favour the sound of your own footsteps on city pavement. Some men adore the clacking, and I don't blame them. It's a fine sound. Brass on stone. But which sort are you, do you think? I think you want the rubber. Excellent choice, sir. Let me write this down properly so nothing's lost between my notes and my hands. Malacca shaft, silver knob handle, engraved, no crest, just your initials, at an angle so they catch the light when you walk rather than sitting flat. Rubber ferrule. Wonderful choices. Now, height. I'll shave the shaft just to sit below your wrist bone when your arm hangs naturally at your side. Too many canes are cut for the average man. You are not, I think, an average man. Stand still for me just a moment, if you would. I need this measurement to be completely accurate. There, just as I thought. I'll have this ready for you in a fortnight. The engraving takes the longest. I won't rush a man's initials. In the meantime, I'll have the shaft cut, seasoned, and fitted, so that all that remains to do is the final polish and handle set. I think you've chosen very well, if I may say so. Not the flashiest piece in my shop, but you didn't want that. And I respect it. But you'll have the kind of cane that exudes a real elegance. Actually, before I send you off to wait for a fortnight in suspense, come, let me show you something. I don't do this for everyone, but I think you'd appreciate it, and it'll help you picture what you're waiting for. Mind the shavings underfoot. This is where the actual magic happens. My beautiful workshop. That's your Malika, there on the bench. I've already decided that's the one I'm going to use. Here, you can see it's still rough. No taper yet. No polish, just the raw wood exactly as it came to me. It's all potential right now. Feel it. Rougher than it'll be, isn't it? That's the bark side finish. I haven't even touched it with the plane yet. This is the tool that I'm going to use. Watch. There, see that? I'll do this perhaps 200 times before the shaft is even ready for sanding. It's tedious, if I'm honest, but it's the kind of tedious I don't mind. I like showing this part to the men who choose thoughtfully. But most customers never see this. They simply collect a finished cane and never think about the hours of dedication that went into it. But you asked very good questions out there. You noticed the grain, the weight, the difference in the wood. I thought you might like to see where all of this actually happens. Thank you so much for coming to visit today. You have been a delight to serve. And not just because you're a pretty face. Let's go back. Here, I'll help with your coat. There. You'll want to come back in a fortnight for the fitting, not simply the collection. I like to watch a man walk with his cane for the first time. It tells me if I've done my work properly. If the balance is even slightly wrong, I'll hear it in your step before you ever feel it yourself. It was such a pleasure. See you soon. Oh, and mind that step on your way out. Hello, hello. This is Andy at the end of the audio, saying thank you so much for listening. Sleep well.